Hi there, welcome. This is Patty Bennett. How are you today? I know this is a surprise. I didn't announce that we were going to be making this project today, but I just had all of these goodies out here and I thought, well, let's jump on here and let's make this cute little Pressed Petals journal together. So this is Patty Bennett. I blog at pattystamps.com. And today I will be sharing this fun journal with you. You might have seen this on my blog. I actually have this tutorial for you step by step with all of the supplies. I put this on my blog a couple of days ago, so you may have already seen that. My blog is pattystamps.com. If you have not visited me there, feel free to do that. And I do have that as a download available on my blog. I think it was about 2 days ago I put that on there. And I just thought I wanted to show you this in person because it is so beautiful. And I don't know if you haven't seen this yet, you just have not experienced how cute this is. So this is a gratitude journal, and I'm going to show you in the catalog where you find this. But all of these pages have something printed on them. Some just have a very faint pattern, so you could do any type of decorating, journaling, etc. But then the other pages have lines or areas to add a photo, things that you're grateful for, just anything that you'd like to list, grateful for small things, big things, everything in between. So this is just a really lovely journal. Let me show you where this is in the catalog. On page 170, it's right here in the center. It's called Pressed Petals Journal. And it doesn't really even show the inside. It shows a little bit of it down here with the Pressed Petals Suite, page 72 to 74. But really, this catalog does not do it justice as far as how beautiful it is inside. And we're going to be decorating it with this Magnolia Blooms set. Now, you might be thinking, where did you get that set? Well, it is in this little brochure called Experience Creativity. And this is just something new that Stampin' Up! Has put out, and it is just an extra little brochure. So it has our kits in here, as well as some cute little bundles that you might be interested in. These are especially great for people who don't want to buy a lot of product, or they're new to stamping and they just need what you need to get going to make a specific project. And then right in the center is this extra Magnolia Blooms set, and it is in addition to the Magnolia Lane suite in the large catalog. So this coordinates with all of the other Magnolia products. And then there's this cute little set with cute on note cards and a suggested color palette. And this is exclusive to this brochure as well. And if you want the whole suite, it comes with the watercolor pencils and the note cards and a clear block, the ink pad, and this cute stamp set. So if you are not familiar with this, if you don't have one of these, and if I am your demonstrator or you need a demonstrator, you can go on my blog at pattystamps.com and use the contact me button or the request a catalog button and ask for the Experience Creativity brochure, and I can send you one of those. You can also download it right off of my blog as well. So I'm looking for the comments over here and they keep disappearing. So if you've asked a question that you need answered and you haven't seen my answer, please repost it. I don't know why the comments keep disappearing, but I don't know. I'm just not seeing them. So I have to keep refreshing over here. I'm trying. Technology, you know. So, oh, hey, this is so funny. I was cleaning out some stuff and I came across this photo today. How funny is this? This was in 1993. My son was 2 years old. Do any of you recognize this? Posh Impressions. I absolutely loved their stamps, D. Grunig, and all the bold colors and the Marvy markers. You remember that? I had that shirt from Posh Impressions. How fun is that? And check out that permed hair. Woohoo! And then I also found this. Back then, this was my desk. And right here, this was my entire crafting collection. That was everything I owned that had to do with crafts and stamping. Things have changed a little bit since 1993, I must tell you. Anyway, I just found those and I thought that was so funny. I just had to share those. So here's the journal when you get it. It's shrink wrapped, but I opened that. And one thing that I caution on that little tutorial that I had was make sure before you decorate the cover that you open it up and make sure that you have it going the right way, because they are identical front and back. And you might decorate this and then you would open it up and you would find that you have now decorated the back cover and it's upside down. So just a little word of warning, make sure you're doing the front. And I have a feeling this doesn't show at all, but in person, this is all embossed. It's like tooled leather and it's gorgeous. So, yeah, you have to see this in person to appreciate how beautiful it is. But it's hard to photograph and it's hard to see also in the video. Sorry about that. But what we're going to do to decorate is I am going to put down a little bit of multi-purpose glue, and I have a piece of the Magnolia Lane designer paper, and I am just going to lay that on there. And the reason I'm using the liquid glue on here is because when you have anything that's embossed, the liquid glue tends to seep down into all those little crevices and make a much better fit than if you just use something like snail. Then the next thing we're going to do is, this is the Pressed Petals Washi Tape. Now, we made this project at my demonstrator event a couple of weekends ago, and everybody received a pack of this washi tape when they registered for this event. And we used the petals on a project, and so I thought, well, I'm going to use this other one on this project. So what I did was I laid it down here, starting right in the middle like that. And then I brought it to the back side, straight up, or sort of straight up. And then I just brought it right back down to meet right here. And it just rips because it's washi tape. That's a little crooked. Hang on, let's just fix that just a little. There we go, that's better. And so the seam is right here. Now it doesn't really show, but you can see we are going to be covering the center there. So even if it did show a little bit, it would be okay. And then I'm using the Magnolia Lane ribbon. This is a 2-pack where you get the linen ribbon and then you get the thread. And we're going to be using both of these. So this, I just tied right around the middle, kind of at that seam where the designer paper and the washi tape meet. And I just did a knot. You could do a bow, you could use any ribbon that you'd like, but I thought since this was all in that same suite, I would just go ahead and do that, use it. So snip that. And then we are ready to do the stamping and the decorating. So this die shape is from the Wild Rose dies, and I absolutely love that bundle. I used this image, and this is from the Very Versailles set, and I thought this would just make some pretty petals in the background. I think this would be lovely on the cover or on this as well. I love this script background, but we're just going to use this one. And I used Mossy Meadow ink, and after inking it, I did stamp off because I didn't want this to be super, super dark. I just wanted it to be kind of just a nice little faint background. So perfect there. Just a little bit of texture and color. And then here are those 2 Magnolia Blooms, which if you missed the beginning, it's in this set called Magnolia Blooms, and it's in the Experience Creativity brochure. Hi, everybody who's watching live. Thanks for joining me. My comments keep disappearing, so I just refreshed and I was able to see a couple of you on there. I chose to do the Petal Pink Stampin Blends because it goes with the Magnolia Blooms paper. And just to be very, very simple, I just put the dark petal pink kind of where I thought the darker color of the flower would be. So it's basically where they have some shading. And then I used my light petal pink and I just kind of pulled out and blended that color a little bit. I didn't go all the way to the edge because I like those lights and darks. And then I used my Granny Apple Green. I'm just going to do some dark Granny Apple, just a little bit of dark Old Olive. Just again, where that's going to be naturally darker. And then some light Granny Apple Green just to pull that color out and just blend a little bit. And this makes it a little bit lighter and brighter to use the Granny Apple Green instead of just the olive. That would have made it a little bit darker. I forgot to do this other one over here. Oh dear. And it doesn't matter if you do the light or the dark color first. You can do either way and blend. You can go back and forth with your colors. It absolutely doesn't matter when you're using the blends. That's what's really kind of cool about this. Then I used my Wink of Stella pen, and this is basically just kind of clear ink. Well, not even ink, it's clear. And then it has the sparkles. And so I just went over the flower. You could do the leaves too, but I just chose to do the flower. And then I used my paper snips to cut them out. And so there you have the two pieces that were cut out. And then these pieces back here, I die cut with the, oh my gosh, is this the Wild Rose or the Magnolia Blooms? You know what? Well, hey, it's on here. Where is my... It is on here. Hang on, we shall see. Yes, it's in the Magnolia Memory dies. I used the leaf dies from Magnolia Memory. So that was all of these. I had those die cut for everybody. So you can see that I just tucked some of those underneath the layered flowers, and they're layered on top of our little stamped tag. And then two final touches. I used these really beautiful frosted and clear epoxy element dots, and people could select if they wanted the clear or the frosted. I put frosted on here, just a few. And then the last thing I did was I took the Bird Ballad accessory elements, and they could use, where did it go? Here, the green linen thread that comes in that 2-pack to tie on one of those elements, or of course you could just use one of the ones that doesn't have a hole and you could add that to it. I thought that just gave it a little bit of sort of an extra little vintage look. So that's oh, I was just looking at the questions. Yeah, somebody was asking about the cruise. No, we did not go on the Greece cruise. We opted to not attend that this year. Just a lot of different factors. My dad has been very ill, and it's been better to be closer to home. And also it was just not something that we were really just dying to do. So we decided to stay home, and we're doing a couple of other family vacations this year. So yeah, thank you for asking about that. But that's why I'm not on the cruise. Yes, I did earn it. I just didn't attend this year. So that is the journal. And I thought this was just really nice and easy. It's a great project. And again, I just wanted to make sure that you saw the inside of it if you missed the beginning, because it really is lovely. It's a gratitude journal. Today I am grateful, and there are other little grateful sentiments in here, but you can really use this for anything. If you absolutely didn't want to use it for a gratitude journal, you could cover those as well, and you could make this be anything. Could be like a guest book or just a memory book of any kind. So there we have it. That was my project for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for your kind comments. Oh yes, Catherine is saying it's smaller than she thought it would be. Yes, I don't know. Does the catalog say? Yes, it actually says 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But, you know, we don't all read all those things either. And sometimes measurements don't always kind of click with us as well. So yes, but it's a lovely size, and it's lightweight, which is nice. It doesn't weigh a ton. So that's also kind of a nice thing about that. So I hope you all are having a great day. And I have a couple other projects I'm going to share with you throughout this week as well. And I hope that you all are having fun stamping and enjoying the new catalog. If you need to order any of these supplies, you can do that through my store. You can go to pattystamps.com and click on the online ordering. And don't forget, if you want to download the step-by-step printout PDF as well as the supplies, you can do that at pattystamps.com. I think this was about two days ago or so. You just have to scroll back on my blog to see that, and then you can print that out for yourself. All right, well, thank you all for your nice comments, and I will see you again soon. Bye.